Don't ask. Don't ask. It was an emergency. I was not going to possibly do a stream today. But what we have right now, and what we're sitting at, is we have Sheldon sitting in a bunny suit, and we have Bitcoin attempting the highs to break the previous high of the $26,300 level. And then what we have after that is we have another big chart where we have the total three bouncing off of support, getting ready for the new higher high and looking for the time for the altcoins to come back into life. So I'm sorry for looking the way I do, but I'm here. I am committed. We had a slight delay with some of the cameras. That's why the show's a little bit late. But I'm in a bunny suit. Bitcoin's broken out. Altcoins are about to explode. It's going to be a great day. No more wasting time, Josh. Let's get into the show.
Click, click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click, click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click, click, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click, click. Enter the sniper.
Oh, Banter fam, what's happening? Okay, I'm a bunny. I think what's the biggest question you want me to answer first? You want to ask me the question where Bitcoin's going next, or Sheldon, why are you a bunny? I think that's the big one. So tell me in the comments, guys. What's up? What's up? How's the day? How's the bulls going? What's up, bulls? What's happening? I saw someone said a hilarious comment there. This is the top signal. Why I'm a bunny. So let me know how you're doing, guys. Who's a bull? What's happening? So guys, I'm a bunny because I'm busy shooting a Chosen Ones episode, and I was not going to do a show today. I'm busy shooting at a castle. We're doing an Easter egg hunt for charity and stuff like that, so it's going to be really cool. That's why currently I'm a bunny. I'll make myself look a little bit more serious, because it's serious now. We got to get into the Bitcoin price. But I do apologize. I am a bunny for today. So if you're brand new, subscribe, hit the like button, join Sniper School. To join Sniper School, you look below to register. You'll find a link. What you need to do to get in is to open an exchange, one of the Sniper School exchange links. You got to deposit $100, and you got to put in your user ID when you're registering, and that's how you get in. We now have a couple thousand people already completed. They're doing incredible, and join the journey. I know I'm a bunny, guys. It's hard to take me serious today. I do apologize, but it is what it is, right? At least I'm here. So, guys, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Crazy, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. And yet again, I spoke about the $25,000, that 25,200 was a level we just couldn't break for a while. It was something we were hitting, not getting through. And then people got slightly demotivated when we got through it because we rejected, right? Bitcoin came all the way back down again to 24K. Now, for me, I was so happy that we just broke the wall, because as long as we broke the very important wall, now we can get through it a lot easier than what it was the previous times. And you could see how Bitcoin was being bought up so much. We were dipping. The altcoins were going a lot more down than what Bitcoin was 2 days ago. And ultimately, Bitcoin just, from breaking that wall, just held 24,000. So, it was a huge step for the bulls to turn all the way previously from $20,000 being support, now turning $24,000 into support. And this now becomes the major level, our bullish level. Bitcoin hold 24,000 at all costs, and we are still open to the big pictures of 28,000, if not higher. Now, as you could see, as soon as we basically started to make this low, the bears attempted really hard. You can see all these wicks, right? You can see all these little wicks over here where they try to hold. And same thing happened yet again. Shorting over here, expecting that was the rejection, expecting we're going down from here, putting their stop losses above this previous high over here. And as soon as we trigger it, as soon as we hit it, all of a sudden we hit an explosion. And you can see another small squeeze has now come through. Now, I do think that the bears are getting slightly scared right now. I think a lot of the shorters have been hit hard, and they've been completely taken out, liquidated, definitely been smashed. And now I think they're taking it easy. And so for me, the short squeezes have happened. And now I kind of feel that it's the momentum of the market that's carrying it. It's the FOMO. It's where people are now, many are going to be talking about the pump. Many are going to be talking about how stock markets are going down. The whole world's falling, but Bitcoin's back at 26,000. And this is where the FOMO starts. Now, what we got to love about what has previously happened now is we do have the restart, and I've said it many times with the dominance. We get in there, guys. We get in there. We spoke about dominance and we spoke about going to 48, right? And you could see over now, at the moment, we're already at 46.50. So we're getting to that point where it's not that far to go until we hit the major resistance in dominance. And ultimately, if I had to plot this into the Bitcoin price right now, if we're looking here and we do decide, because I don't see much resistance here at all, if we do decide to shoot straight through here, there's still going to be love with Bitcoin for the next week, the next 2 weeks. But ultimately, this is what gives it fuel to get to the major levels. Now, we spoke about why it's important for this dominance to get to the top. Now, if it gets to the top, it means we can have a longer distribution to the alts later. Altcoins are growing right now. Fantom came to life. We have $12 in Fantom. We have Aptos. I gave many of these calls, and I'm going to go through them now shortly, have come to life. But ultimately, this now has just given us a view that this is bigger than what we think. We keep thinking it's a small little bear rally. That's fine. But ultimately, I think the pump's going to be a lot bigger than what we think. And I think that a lot more people are going to come in late. We early. We got the beautiful entries. So let's quickly dumb it down to what I'm thinking on the short time frame for Bitcoin and what's my next sort of step. So first thing we can be very happy for is we did higher high. Fantastic. We're progressing, and we've now smashed a higher high. That's a really big level for us to get through. Now we start jumping through to the daily. And what you start to see is there is still some resistance. There's some resistance that's sitting at this level. And it's important we get through it. And I spoke about squeezes. If there is more guys shorting, this is the level they're going to try short it. They're going to try hold the 26,500 to the 27. That's the current barrier and where we're sitting at the moment. After that, we spoke about the gaps. Where are the gaps? Craig, you might get me a water there, please, bro. Just out of this fridge. This throat's a bit cracky. You look at these gaps, and ultimately, these are your little short squeeze gaps that could happen. So expect maybe a little bit of fight. I kind of feel that Bitcoin's so fueled up right now and looking so strong. Expect possibly a little bit of fight over here. But once we're through here, we can see 28K pretty quickly. And once we're through that, you see 32, and then we have the 35K mark. So right now we're rolling with Bitcoin, and we're allowing it to do what we need it to do. And for me, 24,000 is the support. That's the level now. How amazing, right? 20,000 was the previous one. Now 24,000. It's basically this whole area over here. That Bitcoin is now moving in this momentum, and at any point we start losing any of these areas, then we know, okay, the steam's coming down. For now, it's absolutely rampaging, and only just looking stronger. Now, what happens next week? Next week is CPI. It's a Monday. The money drop. $2 trillion. That's crazy. That's crazy how much money is about to enter the market.
400 billion already.
400 billion. Incredible. Let's actually quickly have a look at the futures and see what's happening here. So bounce, yes, good. But ultimately, let's get back above this 200, and hopefully we can have a stock market move. Let's quickly have a look at Dixie before I jump into the altcoins. Rejected again, still below that trend. So that's obviously very good and bullish for us. And looking at the 10-year yield, also showing weakness to the downside. So things are still, on the outer of crypto are looking good. Crypto look at Bitcoin. Are we going, Bitcoin? Come on, guys. It's been a while. We were celebrated. It's a lot of fun. It's really good. So 24,000 is support. And from here, there's a major level at 26,500 to 27, bit of resistance. After that, we have 28,500. After that, we have 32,000. And what you basically want to just track this with is on the slightly smaller time frames, that's the momentum. Give it time, give it room to do what it needs to do. And it means that you can have small pullbacks. And these small pullbacks are altcoins. Let's speak about altcoins for a sec. So just jumping to total 3, because it's Bitcoin right now. It's not even ETH. It's not even ETH at the moment. ETH right now is even getting sucked from Bitcoin. But we know the money is going to be diversified. And when it gets, I'm also loving this market. It's a fantastic market to be in. You know, we know from ETH, you know, then altcoins, maybe ETH and altcoins run at once. But the chart that I'm focusing on here is total 3. So we had that little bit of a red day the other day where the alts took quite a little bit of bleeding compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin held 24, but the alts pulled back. And I said to many of you that that's the alt entry. I spoke about it yesterday. Enter on these because this must be the higher low. If there's a bull run, if there's a bullish move, this is the area to buy. And you could see we bounced beautifully. And now we're starting to extend. And what I'm still expecting when it comes to the total 3 is a total 3 right now is fighting the same battles that Bitcoin did the beginning of this year. And join Sniper School, guys. Join Sniper School. And what that basically was this is all the resistance, all of these levels over here. And basically what tends to happen is this, like I said yesterday, the slow growth up to these areas. But once you're through here, you know, the next resistances are very far. And you can see it here on the weekly. This is where the true altcoin explosion actually happens. Now, I also spoke about how hard it is to get entries when the explosion happens. So our goal is to get our entries in this area over here. By the time we break through that resistance for the huge weekly gap where you can see a massive, massive, massive move. So right now it is right to be entering here because when this happens, and you've just seen it with Bitcoin, when it gets through this area, it basically grinds up slowly. It's allowing Bitcoin to do what it needs to do, but then it just pops. And when it pops, it's so hard to get entries when it moves. So we're fishing in the right area now, and we did have a daily breakout, and we did have a retest at the moment. So far, it's saying, yes, Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is late. To buy Bitcoin now is late. Even possibly to buy ETH is late. But altcoins, you're just in time. And that's the beauty of what we're doing. Now, what this means, guys, it means our portfolios are going to expand. It means our portfolio now is going to expand from Bitcoin, expand into a whole bunch of altcoins. And then later on, when we start getting to major levels, we're going to then bring our portfolios back. Bring them back, smaller coins, back into Bitcoin, back into ETH. So what I'm seeing right now is I'm seeing Bitcoin finally through a major area. And the fact that Bitcoin's through a major area, I then jumped to altcoins. And I looked at altcoins are breaking and making momentum too. And now I'm at that point where it's safe to deploy and it's safe to start expanding my account. And that's the great thing. We want the alts, but ultimately we want the alts for the pump. We don't want them for the pullback, you know, at a later sort of point. So we're riding the altcoins now and ultimately moving into Bitcoin, into ETH. And that's how we're taking profits on this next push up. So just remember, this pump's about to come. And I'm going to speak about the... Everyone's talking about buddy suits. It is what it is. Have a plan. Have a plan. Have a plan. On this up here, know that you can expand, but know how you're bringing your portfolio together. Plan, guys. Make sure you know what's happening throughout these this pump and how you're going to actually trade it. So Bitcoin's looking good. Okay, let's jump into some else. Let's quickly have an update on ETH and see where ETH's at. ETH for me is late to buy, but we ETH holders. I've been speaking the whole year about ETH. ETH not only broke the trend. Just get my keypad. There we go. Not only broke the trend, retested it beautifully. There we go. Retested beautifully. Looks filled up. Looks ready to go. ETH's level right now is the 1800. Now 1800 is a big resistance for ETH right now, and why it's taking a little bit of time. But after this, you got the level of 2000, and then it's a big gap that goes all the way up to 2400. So these are my little gaps right now when it comes to ETH. I still think ETH is an incredible one to be holding. When is the upgrade? Is it still happening in April? Confirmed. Oh, confirmed. Oh, so there should be some hype soon. So ETH is definitely a big one. There's the big gap, and you have another big gap over here. So right now, holding ETH is great. The only time I'd be loading up some more is if there's another small pullback to the 1600s to be getting ETH. Now let's speak about the alts. So for me, guys, this is look at that. I spoke about this yesterday. I spoke about the breakouts, spoke about the retest, and look how we bounced and look how we're looking great at the moment. So for me, I look at a lot of these alts, and on the higher time frame, I'm like, okay, amazing. They bounced in golden zone 618, so that's bullish. They retested beautifully, and now I'm looking for the highs of the break. So for me, these, if you're looking at small term trading, you want to get them in the green zones. If you're looking at building spot or building a longer sort of position, dollar costing in these higher areas here, basically before the higher high is my areas to do so. I still think Cardano, look at all of them. Look at the break. There's a trade I gave you guys yesterday. Gave you beautifully the trade. It entered the box. It's on there beautifully. So AVAX, another one. Ron was speaking about L1s. Look at Fantom. Look at that, guys. Break, retest, and on its way. So I'm very proud of you guys that got the entries. Looking amazing there. Look at this. Come on, bro. We're on. Now we're still lower than the previous highs of the last, altcoin leg, but I am expecting higher points than that. But all we got in the last few weeks was more opportunity to load up the alts at cheaper levels. So you look at this over now. Aptos for me still dollar costing areas $12 to $13. I still think Aptos is a big one. Let's speak about GALA. Look at that, guys. It's why you got to watch the shows. Now, if you're watching the show because it's Bitcoin's pumping and you want to know what's going on, next time the market's dumping, you come watch the show too, so I can give you the badass entries. Because now you're sitting and, oh, they all hit yesterday when I didn't watch, these sort of things. A lot of people did, but ultimately, guys, you have to focus on the red days to get these positions. GALA Games, I'm seeing a gaming push. This is one that's huge, even just back to the highs of where we are now, you're looking at up to 40%. So GALA Games is still a big one that's looking great. I saw we got a pullback on KAVA, and I think KAVA, this is the entry. I think this is a great entry. We got 2 levels right now on KAVA. KAVA's got a lot going on with the chain right now, and we were very lucky to get a pullback from 1.2 all the way to the dollar. So at the dollar region here, it's personally where I've been loading up my portfolio and where I've been accumulating this token. But KAVA for me is there for you guys to dollar cost into spot positions. Blur, same thing. Just popped out. So I think there's still a little bit of dollar costing opportunity over there for Blur. But ultimately also looking really good. The upside looks great. You just got to be a little bit patient. Now, ThorChain, we had a small trader the other day, little stoppage, amazing. If it closes out here now, you just saw a lot of those coins already broke out and they're already retest. Here you have opportunity. We were looking at ThorChain, I think it was 2-3 weeks back in these areas over here. Now they're slightly cheaper at 15% lower than where they are. But if it closes out here, we're having a ThorChain closeout, breakout, looking amazing. Remember, give the altcoins a little bit of room because Bitcoin is doing what it needs to do. We got RUNE, perfect retest. So we got Solana, actually. Look at that. So I want to remind you again, because you're going to see them many times. When you look at the daily and you see this long trend and you see a breakout, that's fantastic. And you want that pullback, right? And you want to hold the level. That's where you want to buy it. You zoom in. And what you do is you zoom in and you basically take that trend. You see that trend. So you zoom in, this is the area you want to fish. You put that trend line in, and when it breaks that trend, you buy. So what you're basically doing is you're saying, okay, this thing's broken out. So I want to buy the retest. Amazing. Let me put a trend. When that breaks out, it goes. So again, that's looking amazing. I still think this one is cheap. ALGO. It had the beautiful retest. I still think ALGO is cheap. I was buying it at 26.27. I still have it, and I still think ALGO is cheap. I saw we got yesterday. Perfect Arweave. Guys, who got entries yesterday? Put in the chat here. Come on. These were all yesterday. All yesterday. Looking amazing. There we go. There's the... Say again? We spoke about 𝗕𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗄. We did. I never called it perfectly. I don't think. Neo protocol, still same. L1s, guys. I still think L1s are a big one. And to be focusing on Nakamoto. Stay focused. If we get a daily close out here, I'm seeing a Nakamoto move again. So this one for me, guys, I do think getting some smaller caps, small part of the portfolio, but I do think I am definitely loading up a little bit more on the small caps. I think we are going to have a strong push there. As you see, PBX. I told you guys, PBX, Scallop, Nakamoto, these are ones I'm dollar costing in. Why? Because look when they come to life for the percentages they do in a day. Smaller parts of your portfolio, even use profits and things like that. But these are the ones that can do some crazy things for you. DYDX, it's okay chart. It's not the most comfortable chart for me. It's looking good, but it's not a crazy one that I'm going into that just yet. You now have opportunity on Atom, which we know is a great token. But ultimately, if you look over here, you got the opportunity of a possible breakout within this weekend. So daily closes. You want a daily close above here? Amazing. Entry, stop loss, previous low. We're trying to find what's next, right? What's going to bounce the quickest as this goes. Let's have a look. Mutable X. You speak about IMX, huh? Even Neo. Yeah. It's definitely gone for now. Yeah, so on days like this, guys, we focus on where we're expecting our coins to go. It's very hard to buy them when the market's already taken off. On the red days, we focus on where we're buying them. So today we're speaking out, okay, where are these levels going? Where are the critical levels and where we're expecting our coins to wake up? You know, all these sort of things. Make sure you get it right, you know, when it comes to those sort of things. We have Chainlink, which looks like it's breaking. Let's go to a higher time frame. So Chainlink actually lost that major trend. And let's see where we're at the moment. So here, trend. There's trend. Chainlink. Focus on Chainlink. We get a close out there. Amazing. Now, who's snipers, guys? Sniper community. We're here. We're here. We're here. Chainlink. Close out there. That's time. Looking good. Looking good. What else did we have over here? If you find some tokens there from the community in the chat, just let me know, please. What do you think is going to happen next week, bro? Yeah, it's hard to buy today. You probably missed the buy, to be honest. I'm going to work my ass off on the next pullbacks and stuff to get you guys more entries. But for now, you sort of ride your successes. I'm interested about next week when this money comes into the market. You know, this gets crazy. Let's actually quickly speak about Bitcoin for a sec, because I want to look at something when it comes to Bitcoin and on the higher time frame. Like realistically now, because let's actually go to a new one here. And let's go to the Bitstamp chart. Amazing. And let's go to the weekly. Okay. So let's have a look at this again. I just want to remind, because we want to see obviously the levels that we're at now, but what we're currently experiencing is what I believe is this area over here. Okay. And not only is it just me thinking that, you know, it's also showing again the chart of the RSI, how it's done the same three things at the same time every time for a certain period, and it's taken off. And I remember saying the beginning of January that this should be it. We should go up. We should create this wave. I remember saying it in that time, and this is the leg that I'm thinking. So for me, it's like realistically, where can this leg go? And what was crazy, I don't want to get too far into the thing, but I am just using slight data of previous, and not saying it's going to be the same, but understanding the cycle, because they repeat it in the same way. You know, many times they do repeat it in the same way. And the last time it did do a full retrace of losing up to 70-80%, similar to what we've done this time. It also lasted around 400 days, both times, this big pullback over here. And this little one over here lasted about 3 months, where we really started to extend. So I do think that this is it's another month, 2 months sort of thing, this pump that's happening right now. And I do still think that there's maybe selling May. I think May is probably the one, the time. You know, May is probably definitely the time to be getting out of a lot and protecting yourself. Because I still think this little phase does come. But ultimately, if we look at the two different waves, not only they're doing the same thing, let's actually just match it on a different scale. Because what we have right now is we just have a different range and a different amount, right? And it's crazy. It's crazy. Now, I'm not going to think this high, but I am going to show you the data. And the data does show that the last two cycles, we went to 618 with Bitcoin after this. And this was just a bear relief rally that led into depression. And we look at that from where we are now. You know, it does say into the 40,000s of Bitcoin. Now, I'm not thinking that far ahead just yet, but I'm also never putting myself in the shoes of that it can never happen. Everyone that's ever said something about Bitcoin never happening have all been completely wrong and completely destroyed at some point. But that is what the data is showing. What I'm also seeing over here on the monthly is I'm seeing these major two levels. And that's sort of my areas of where I'm thinking we do go from here. And we have the first level, like I said, which is the 35K. And we have the next level, which is the late 30,000s. And that would still not mean we're in a bull market, guys. And that's the incredible thing. This is why you stay parts. Remember, this is the part where you become incredibly smart in the game, where you get incredible entries. And this is where you make a lot of the money. And ultimately, we're using this to fill up all the damage that happened over here to go into slight depression, but prep ourselves for the next bull cycle. And it says it again. It basically says that once we're through here, we do go through around about another 6 to 7 months of Bitcoin trending, where it would basically go up like this, would rally up here strong. It will end up being not some sort of trap, but something where they offload. Because let's not deny it. I think they're printing the money, but I still think the stock market's in crap. I don't think it's good for the second half of the year. I don't. With all the bank collapses, I think there's too much damage. And I think at some point we are going to have a collapse that side. And what it's basically showing is here, trends for a while. And it basically says within 2000 end of 2024, we start trailing up. And around 2025, we start breaking highs and we start going to the higher sort of levels. So just remember, guys, the way we're strategizing this is we're fixing damage in this leg over here because we are getting crazy entries. We are getting areas where altcoins are 90% down. They're probably 80% or 70% now. Is Bitcoin going, huh? Do the money dance. Do the money dance. Guys, we've got to celebrate it. It's so nice to have a strong Bitcoin. But ultimately, what we do have over here, like I said, we're using this to repair what happened in this time. We are then prepping for really strong entries for the next bull market. And that's the time where we then move. And ultimately, if you look at the extension of what this created, it does point to up to 150 to 200K Bitcoin on the next cycle. And that's crazy. That's really crazy. And what I'm trying to remind you of yet again is Bitcoin finally broke through this area over here, which gave us the signal, and very much the signal that happened this time. I have so many drawings here now. Let me just clear it. Very much the same signal that we had. Wow, market's looking good. Very much the same signal that we had over here, where Bitcoin was in this little area here. And it sat there for long, very similar to what we just did now at the 78. But as soon as it broke through that, it then attempted this. And we're getting that same sign again from Bitcoin. And what I'm trying to explain to you guys now is the altcoins are here, if not slightly lower. And that's why we're fishing in that pond. But this is going to be a huge pump that we are taking profits into. I definitely think we're taking strong profits into that that sort of move. But it's incredible. Let's not shut it down. Let's not shut down. Maybe we go to 40K. Imagine, bro. Imagine we go to these crazy levels, huh? Okay, guys, give me some alts. Let's chat for you. Rather give me altcoins that you're in, so that we can speak about the levels of where it's going. For buys right now, you gotta sort of sit on your hands slightly for some of them. Remember, there's gonna be another red day, and you come watch the show so I can give you entries. Captain Sheldon, thank you. It's funny, Sheldon, today. Yeah, I spoke about Link. So a lot of these coins. So just to sum up what I've spoken about today, is Atom for me. If it closes out here today, it's an opportunity to get in. Chainlink closes out here today. Where's the big daily one that I just drew? Dun, dun, dun. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, look at Chainlink. This is definitely a dollar cost area. Look at this. That's accumulation. No, it's definitely dollar cost. Only long term. I wouldn't be trading in short term. I'll build a lot of Chainlink here. I do think it goes back to $50 one day. Let's look at Near protocol. Near, let's have a look. So Near's still got a little while to recovery, as you could see. Whew. Maybe not. That's a great trend. Okay, it doesn't look like today, but it does look like maybe by Sunday. If Near finally gets past the 2.3, so give it another 10-15% from here. But if it closes out there, that's great. That's really good because the upside's insane. So Near's still going to be a huge opportunity. Put it on your radar. It looks like it's going to be a great one to be getting. I spoke about Algorand. I think it's great where it is now to dollar cost spot entries. I spoke about Blur, guys. So go back. Lido. LDO. So give me the tokens you're in, guys, so I can just see the levels. I don't think Lido has much data, does it? Oh, we gave it yesterday, though, didn't we? Yeah, we gave the buy yesterday. There we go. Buy, retest, amazing. So upside for now, you got to basically use your previous highs, which is basically 25-30% from where we are now. But ultimately, it does go into uncharted territories, and it does get pretty hard when they go into areas where they have no more data. It gets pretty crazy. At the areas, let's speak about Vulcan Forge, because I do think so. The way you should do it, guys, and the way I would do it here is I would probably have 3 of my top L1s. I would probably have like 3 gaming, 3 AI. Let's speak about AI. I know Run was saying, let's look what's happening here. Boom. There's our entries yesterday. Fantastic. We're on our way. Cool. That one's bounced too. Veracity. This one's still early, though. It hasn't broken out yet. So this one Be a little bit more patient on it, but it's coming. So at least you know for AI token. But I would go 3 L1s, 3 gaming, 3 AI. Definitely my tops are probably the Singularity Fetch and Veracity, right? Those are probably the top ones when it comes to AI to get some entries on. The next one over here was the PYR, which I think GALA Games as one of the gaming ones. 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏, let's have a look at the chart. Yeah, you see, amazing. Gaming hasn't broken out yet. It's fantastic. Okay. 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏, there we go. At my closeout today, closes out there, fantastic. You might get opportunity on a retest. But 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏 is another one of the gaming ones that I'm looking at. Then I don't know what you call 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗧, but I'm putting them in a category together. I feel like they similar sort of things. I have those 3 too. I'm probably, if I must be honest, I'm probably going to be at about 15, 18 tokens at the moment. Which is crazy. It is crazy, but you got to get used to that's where the money flows. And that's where you make the money. And then we've got to bring that all the way back to 5 again. So don't go too crazy. I've seen guys with 45 tokens, 60 tokens, like cut that. Inject the protocol. Hi, NJ. So nice to have this. Still long-term, scallop, long-term. I'm telling you. So we actually want that for the next bull run, if I must be honest. Because I looked at scallop as being an 80x for me, 80 to 100x token. I looked at Nakamoto being a 200x for me. And I looked at PBX being a 50 to a 60x. So those are for the next bull run for me. So Injective, this is interesting. So what we do have here is we do have it like forming, I wouldn't say a cup, but it is forming a very strong V shape. And through this high over here, it finally cracks a big resistance to higher levels. So for me, it's too high to be buying any long-term or any spot here. But once we're through here, it may be fun to trade because it's going to expand and it's going to start moving to the higher levels. Let's look at RSR. Also early. So this RSR, if you look at this, it's in the bottom range of accumulating. That's amazing. But what we also have over here is we have this trend on the daily. And if it breaks this thing can go back to the top, just the top of the range, not even back to the higher levels, just to the top of the range. Guys, the goal is now there's money in the market, make money. Like that's ultimately it. It's 160% to the top of the range. XRP. XRP, really?
He's just negative about it.
Really? It's not negative about it. Just buy it and hold it. Like they say it's gonna come, so I got some. I got a little bit of it. Okay. I'll do XRP. Nothing wrong with the XRP army. I think you guys are absolutely incredible. But let's look. XRP. Okay, so what you got on the daily over here, I'll be positive about the token. So there's the daily. When it gets through that, probably look at the top range. It's not really ranging much. So it's sitting between 50 cents and the 30-cent mark. And that's basically where it is for now. It's not breaking anything. It is in bottom range. If you're an XRP believer, load some long-term, no problem. But other than that, it's not breaking any major levels or anything like that just yet. I spoke about Cardano. I think L1s. So Cardano, Solana, AVAX. These are ones for me. Fantom. These are ones. GRT. Speak about GRT. I like GRT very much. So this one. Oh, there's that buy we gave. Huh? Oh, we gave some entries, guys. Stay focused. Look at Bitcoin. That's so good, bro. It's so nice. It's so nice. We went through hell. We went through how many months of red? Like how many months of red? It's looking incredible, guys. This is good. This is the area that I wanted to break. I wanted to get through this. That's between the 26.5 and the 27. We get through that 28.5, 30K, 34K, 38K. These are all the levels for now as it sits. Any fast dumps or anything like that, 24 is our level. You know, these are areas to load up even more. Now, that's the big question that I have as well, is we've got dominance going up so much. And I think as long as this is going up, I'm sure dominance is spiking right now. It's got to be spiking. Yeah, it's spiking, definitely. But what's going to happen is Bitcoin is probably going to hit a level and it's going to reject. It's going to reject at some point. It goes to 28, goes to 30, and it rejects hard, like quickly. And what that happens in that time is it will drop down. Let's say it goes to 28 or 30K now. It will drop to like 27 fast. Okay, but it's going to reset that. It's going to turn the dominance. And that's what then triggers where Bitcoin will then slow down and the altcoins will then just rip. So be aware of that, guys, that what do they call it? A small blow of top, like a short-term blow of top. It is. It's not the blow of top of the end of a bull run, but it is where price just starts going too fast. Like it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And then at some point it does turn back. So this is exciting, guys. I'm excited to do. I'll be back on Monday. Hopefully, if there is something crazy, if Bitcoin's 30K, I'll do another show this weekend somehow. I'll fit it in. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. So we're having a little birthday party. She's turning 1. My daughter's 1 years old, Banter fam. It's crazy. My little girl is growing up. She's walking. So life's good, guys. Bitcoin's pumping. I'm happy. I'm grateful. And I appreciate all of you. So, guys, have a fantastic day. I'll see you all on Monday. For those who want to be taught and learn the skill, come join Sniper School. We'll be doing live trading sessions next week again. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next week. Much love, Banter fam. Much love.